Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Made on Tape's new EP, What Must I Test Upon This Machine, is out today. It's available on all streaming platforms. And I'm going to take this opportunity to let you know what we've learned so far and where we're headed. What we've learned. These first 4 EPs are kind of a diary of the learning process of both of these machines and 4-track recording in general. Thankfully, I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of what that whole process is and what it can be, and I haven't even used the direct assign channels on this Tascam yet. Maybe I should do that. So, I did not anticipate how incredibly valuable the learning process would be on using this on other aspects of my other musical endeavors, my other recordings, and music in general. The older folks out there will probably roll their eyes at what I'm about to say because they've been through this and they're like, why are you going back to this? But these machines force you to commit big time. We're going to talk about some of my favorite things here in a second. Here is a quick overview of things that I've learned so far. This is not everything. This is just some of the things that are popping into my head right now. Number 1, you can mix with flat EQ on tape if you are committed to the sounds that you are recording. Kind of like what Al Schmidt always talks about, the great engineer Al Schmidt, when he talks about EQing with microphones. It's a kind of a similar thing. It's like, you know, and it makes me appreciate EQs even more when they're needed. Number 2, I learned you can use guitar pedals as your effects loop in a mix. And there's a lot of great guitar pedals out there, and a lot of them aren't that expensive. So, you know, you can build up a nice chunk of outboard gear just by, using guitar effects. And you don't have to totally break the bank. Number 3 is the process of ping-ponging or building a rhythm section and then just throwing it all onto one track. Number 4, these tape machines themselves are not like high-grade Studer, well-maintained machines, so these machines have a little bit of character and life unto themselves. Number 5, on a practical note, I've learned that cassettes are they're hard to come by, and they're not cheap anymore. Like when I was a kid, you used to be able to pick up this stuff at a Walmart or a Wally World, as we used to call it. Where we're headed. It's been fun making music on my own, but going forward, we're gonna add some collaborators to this music, and hopefully everything will work out. You know, it's the future, so the internet still works, and that should be interesting. And keep an eye out for some new faces, or some new familiar faces. Some of you might know these people. Another thing, as you've already started to see, there's going to be more covers sprinkled sporadically throughout the future. Most importantly, I look forward to continuing the conversation with y'all. There is a budding community growing in the Made on Tape Pangea across the social platforms, and I've met great strangers from across the world and had conversations both in public and private about music, about recordings, about artists, and even conversations with a young person asking whether or not to go to music school, and that's the kind of stuff that I have opinions on. Thanks again for checking this stuff out. Go ahead and stream the new EP today on any of your favorite platforms, and comment below literally about anything. Water towers in New York City is one of my favorite topics. Peace. Ew. Gross.